Hello everyone, today I'll be showcasing the Felarx. It is one of the first Incarnon weapons released in the game, and in its normal form, it acts as a fully automatic shotgun, but then when you turn on its Incarnon form, it turns into a pair of semi-automatic pistols. Now the build I have today will be a non-crit build that will just do status and a bunch of damage. Now talking about the evolutions for the Incarnon form, you'll charge up the Incarnon form by getting weak point hits, which will charge up the Incarnon bar, and then once you hit the ult fire, it'll transmute and change into its Incarnon form. Now for Evolution 2, I have minus 50% weapon recoil, because the Incarnon form does have a decent amount of recoil, so it'll help with that. And on Evolution 3, I have Dual Mode Chamber, where reload toggles weapon between 100% projectile speed and 4 meter punch through. And then Evolution IV, I have Racking Wrath, where you gain 20% status chance at the cost of losing 10% critical chance, but this critical chance loss is very good because it'll help with our final evolution, Devastating Attrition, where it has a 50% chance to deal 2000% damage on non-critical hits. Now the build on the weapon itself, I have Galvanized Hell for multi-shot, Galvanized Savvy for status chance and gun condition overload, Toxic Barrage and Frigid Blast for viral and status chance, Fine Point Blank for a bunch of extra damage, Magnetic Strafe for fire rate, and Magnetic. This will be another status to go towards gun condition overload, and then I have Scattering Inferno for heat and status chance, then Prime Chill and Gas just for some big damage boosts. And then the arcane I'm running here is just Primarily Merciless, where on kill you gain 30% damage for 4 seconds, which stacks up to 12x, and you gain a nice amount of reload speed. Now here are the stats of the weapon. Now before I get into the demonstrations, I'd really appreciate if you could drop a like or subscribe, as that would help me out a lot. Thank you. Enemies I'll be testing against is 20 Carpet Gunners with the Steel Path modifier on at enemy level 160. Now for the demonstrations, first I'll show the normal fire. As you can see, even without its Incarnon form, it's quite nasty, but it only does hold 6 shells, so can't hold it down for much longer. But I mean, as you can see, the damage is crazy. Don't even need to get headshots, just aim at their body and everything dies. Now next I'll show how the Incarnon form does. As you can see, it turns into 2 pistols, and they essentially fire like the Tenet Archiplasmor. I think that's infinite punch through, and does a bunch of damage. Pretty big projectiles too. And as you can see, it does a great amount of damage, and it'll definitely rip through any enemies. Once more. As you can see there, that was a 1 million damage proc. That was due to the final evolution, which allows it to get crazy amounts of damage. And just one last demo. Yeah, I mean, it's a very strong weapon. Fun to use too, and quite unique as you go from a fully automatic shotgun to essentially just a pair of secondary weapons. So yeah, that's about it for the video. Hope you decide to get the weapons yourself and try them out, as they're a very solid weapon to get. And thank you for watching, and goodbye.